Well, you're curious. You want to know. You have to know what it's like being in prison for 311 days. Well, I can tell you. Yeah. Never previously ever been in jail or prison. And then, boom. Um, Make a few mistakes. Just one little mistake. Um, get hooked on strong pills from a legal, supposedly caring doctor. However, they're pill pimps. I fell into that trap. I couldn't walk a block without popping 30 milligrams of oxycodone. Okay, I was on such a high dose. Mind you, it pretty much started when I was doing hurricane relief in Hobie, Texas, near Houston. Had a massive accident, pulling a big 20-foot dump trailer on a gooseneck. Tractor trailer pulls out. I hit him right on the axle. And gooseneck came in. This was a four-door crew cab. Came in, crunched the back. Actually came through. Luckily, there was no one in the back. And lodged. The airbag exploded. I received a thoracic aortic aneurysm from it. And yeah, part of my brain shifted. Yeah, I went through a little hell. So instead of getting proper therapy, I got pills. The doctors kept throwing pills. Now, mind you, luckily it's not that bad today. You can't access it, and you shouldn't, because it's evil. It's very addictive. More addictive than alcohol, because I've been addicted to alcohol a couple of times in my life, and was able to literally just quit, and no physical, ailments or anything, and just start getting better. And even in moderation, it's not good. It's not good for you. One or two drinks, even a month, will just fuck you up. Spiritually, not necessarily physically, it's the spiritual aspect. Basically, you're breaking away from your soul's liveliness, your ambition, your curiosity, your childlikeness. Yeah, you're breaking away from it. It's one little drink, so that's why I quit. Yeah, I mean, so it's a chain reaction. Then you start quitting other stuff that's bad for you. So here I am, addicted to these pills, in bad shape, starting to gain weight, and I'm up to 335 pounds. At that time, I owned a whole arsenal of weaponry. Lived out in the country, so it was legal to target, as long as you had a backing. My neighbors hated me. I would never do that to neighbors again, okay? They hated me because firing the most loudest firearms without warning is not good. It's not good. So it was a chain reaction, and I ended up in prison. Deemed one of the most dangerous persons in prison, even though I had no previous record. And what I got arrested for wasn't really that bad. I won't go in detail, but if you want to search and dig like a fucking dog on the internet to try to find, hell, go ahead. It's probably out there. I don't know, and probably a lot of bullshit too. So, it doesn't matter to me. I know that because of trolls and scammers, uh, who knows what is posted concerning my name or whatever. I really don't give a fuck because it's most likely not truthful. And you're never going to know because I'm not going to fucking tell you. Because I don't have to. I don't owe you a fucking thing. That's the attitude you need to have. So when I was in prison, 335 pounds, pre-diabetic, uh, really bad shape. Really bad shape. So here I am, had a great relationship with my daughter who was like 3 years old, okay, and I'm just sucked out of her life. Sucked out of her life, and I blame no one. It just happened, okay? These things happen. One day, all of a sudden, boom, and you're somewhere you don't want to be. So, it was basically a big misunderstanding. A lot of bullshit. Popularity thing, small town, this, that, and the other. So, drugs, alcohol is a catalyst for destruction. Literally, even small amounts. Zero tolerance, okay? Just like Nancy Reagan, the late, great Nancy Reagan, Ronald Reagan. Just say no. That's pretty much it. Just say no and stick with it. It's not worth saying yes to poison. And paying for it, too. It's like, is your life that fucking boring that you want to kill yourself? So here I am, day number 1. Here I am. Apparently I didn't realize I had a stroke. And these spiderous motherfuckers in medical at a unnamed prison making fun of me. I told them I've got a thoracic aortic aneurysm. And they said, we're going to wrap barbed wire around it. How professional. How fucking, they're nothing but big bullies, right? Well, they got theirs. They all got fired. Some of them actually went to prison because of how they treated not only I, but others. So basically, for the first time in my life, I went blind, literally blind, couldn't see. And I told them that, and they're just making fun. Oh yeah, you're just pretending. So we're gonna fix you. So they put me in this fucking round room, padded room, strapped me down on this table. Of course, my past, I did surveillance for a company, and this is all declassified, but I won't go in detail. It was interesting. It was very interesting. So to me, this is nothing. Okay, what they're trying to fucking scare me, right? This is nothing. So they're wondering why I'm not freaking out. I'm just relaxing, to be honest with you. And then my vision starts coming back, and I thank the eye in the sky. Okay, I thank the eye in the sky. And the next morning, they let me out. and put me in general population. And you had the predatorial fucks, whether sexual predators, these predators, that were allowed to be in general population. Kicking me. Well, I had my cane, and it had a curve on it. This one little slim shady was kicking, right, pretty damn hard. I said, if you don't stop, I said, I'm going to bring you down here, because I was in such bad physical shape, I had to lay down all the time. And plus I was detoxing from oxycodone, hydrocodone, benzos, everything. And, basically they hope you die. That's the thing. They hope you die. Well, I didn't. I proved them wrong. So I still was quite proficient with Taekwondo, even though, martial arts. So I took the cane and I hooked it around his ankle and pulled him down. Grabbed him around the neck, and the Boy Scouts came up, they're running, they got their bug spray, and they're putting on their gloves at the same time. It's just really, it's laughable. To me, it's laughable, because I call them Boy Scouts. They didn't like it, and I really didn't give a fuck. But I was in a protected status, which was good. And the judge posted no bond. It's like, what the fuck? You are dangerous, Mr. Spring. And we are investigating your past to see how dangerous you are. So that's why I impose no bond. So, and they couldn't find out anything if they wanted to. All that was sealed, classified. What I did. So it went on and on. Finally, after they saw that it wasn't going to work out when I was in general population, okay? I do not get along well with others, especially if I'm in a confined area. I flip a switch, my adrenaline goes way through the roof. So here I am, 335 pounds, still a lot of muscle, a lot of stored power, and a lot of stored knowledge, a lot of strength. So I'm healing a little bit at a time, very quickly too. So there were some people in the general population that were really good men, really good human beings, and they befriended me. Had a bad incident where younger man jumped on me and was attempting to pulverize me. I grabbed him by the neck, almost killed him. So they moved me to confinement. And I liked it. So I had my own freaking motel room, 3 squares a day that were delivered to me, plus access to commissary, which that was a great thing. I knew it was hell. Thought about suicide. Could have done it if I wanted to, but I didn't. Easily. Very easy for me. But I didn't do it. I'm glad I didn't. That's if you're contemplating suicide, don't do it. Better days are coming. I guarantee you that from the old man. Because I've been through hell. So I'm in confinement, and they put you on your right there next to your door. They put your information for all of the other dirtbags to see. Personal information up there. And I was voluntary confinement, basically. So, but my neighbors were fucking pedophiles, murderers, rapists. Yeah. And they have nothing to lose. A lot of them are like pre-death penalty. They're pre-death penalty. Eventually, they're going to get it. They're going to get it because there's no hope for them. They're just pieces of shit, human debris, pieces of shit. So this one who was 140 pounds soaking wet, murderer, and he was proud of it, bragging. And he said, "Spring, I could kill you if I wanted to." I didn't say anything. So in the rec room, he wraps his arm, gives me a big hug, and tries to choke me out. Well, I reached down and grabbed his jewels and yanked. I yanked. And he screamed like a little bitch, was on the floor in a fetal position. I didn't have any more issues from anyone until ice. And I'll just say that word, ice. You piss them off, they're not gonna forget. I'll get to that another time. They had a prearranged thing going for me with 5 of their best. They weren't agents. They were inmates. The worst of the worst. Attempted to fucking kill me, but it didn't work out very well for one of them. Rest of them, I had never had any issues with the rest of them. Well, none of them after that. There's a lot of dirtiness going on in prison. Actually, some of the stuff you see with the movies is pretty accurate. Between killing, murdering, and then harvesting their organs, this, that, and the other. This goes on in a lot of prisons. You won't even know it. So if you're healthy, you're strong, and you're powerful, you're fucked. So it went on and on and on. I'm going to have to do a certain playlist. This will be the first playlist right here. First video on the playlist. It'll be under, I guess we'll just call it prison time. So 311 days. And the longest that I voluntarily stayed in my cell, this tiny little cell, was 6 weeks without coming out of that cell. Did it bother me? Fuck no. I was smart. And no sunshine. No. Just a crappy fluorescent light. I slept most of the time. Slept and worked out and ate as much as I could. Thank God for my Muslim buddies. They did not eat pork. So the hot dogs, I loved hot dogs. When you're in prison, that's a freaking gourmet meal. The gigantic hot dogs they had, so they didn't want them. So most of these guys were really decent. They weren't terrorists. They were just Muslims, so they didn't eat pork. So they said, "Hey, Spring, we're sending something down to you," and befriended a lot of them. And I learned a little bit from their perspective. I knew about the Quran. I knew about their religion, but it's the first time from the inside instead of the outside. The inside, talking with these guys and seeing what it's really all about. It's a very interesting culture. So some of them were from Middle Eastern descent. They were born there and they ended up here, and a lot of confusion. Some of them got arrested and didn't do a damn fucking thing other than they were process of being deported, and that's not good. Lived here in the United States for many years, and So it's sad. So all I did was sleep, eat, and fucking work out. I had no access to any kind of gym equipment, okay? So I used calisthenics. And I got so fucking strong doing that. So I started losing weight and gaining more muscle mass. And after about a week, most of the withdrawals from the mainly oxycodone, hydrocodone, and benzos pretty much done. Had no seizures, and I started to feel pretty damn good. 2 weeks, I lost like 40 pounds. 40 pounds, yeah, 2 weeks. I got down to, for the first time, under 300 pounds, about 295, I think. So then I started to get a following in medical. The people in medical were cheering me on. They said, you know, and the ones that were bullying me and abusing me that time when I first got there definitely had a different attitude. But it hurt being not being able to see my daughter, you know. It really hurt me. It was a hell. It was a hell. And if a Boy Scout doesn't like you, he's going to persuade some of the other prisoners to either rough you up, fuck you, or kill you. All right? So, if you're not super strong and know how to defend yourself, me being a black belt Taekwondo, I have no problem. In fact, the best place I could be is in a corner, because I had leverage. I could kick back, use a tremendous hundreds of foot-pounds of energy with one leg on the corner and propel myself forward with a tremendous amount of force, and basically break bones, ribs, several people at one time, you know, several dirt bags. So that's my favorite place, is the corner. So this video is like, wow, we're already 22 minutes. Glad I'm able to share this with you. And this is just the tip of the iceberg, so this will be on a playlist called Prison Time. So look for it. So until the next time, don't be in your own self-imposed prison. If you have been in prison, you know what it's like. Providing you have rehabilitated yourself and you want to move forward from it, and I'm talking to you. The rest of you, most of you are just dirt bags and become stronger in an evil way, become even a better criminal. Those of you, go fuck yourself. Don't ever fuck with me. You know what you're gonna get. Alright, so I'm gonna end this video at looks like 24 minutes, somewhere around there. 1, 2, 3, 4.